Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about basic structures in Java programming. The Java format of writing a program, Java program, will be explained in this video. So before going to the program, we are going to note down some points. Comments in a program, declaration of class, declaration of main function, termination of each statement, closing the curly braces. So these are the points to be noted before you start any program. You have to do all this while writing the program. So first you are going to explain you comments in a program. Comment statement is a non-executable statement in Java. What is the meaning of non-executable? Is when you execute the program. After typing the program, you will compile that program and then you will run that program. Okay, you call it as execution statement. That is execution of the program. So once you execute it, this comment line, comment statement will not be executed by the compiler. It is a statement which is non-executable. Why it is used? If it is not executable, then what is the necessity of using these comments? It is included for the sake of the users to understand what action is going to be taken in a program or statement. That is for the sake of the users. So if a person is going to execute the program, he should know what program is that. Okay, so you can give some comment lines indicating what the program does or what the part of the block, that is part of the program or block statements inside that program does that. Okay, by reading that statement, the user comes to understand what the program is going to do. Okay, that is the main purpose of this comment line. Next is declaration of class. It contains a word access specifier. So that is the first word. You will have either public and you got another two, that is protected or private. But by default, if you don't specify the access specifier, it will take it as public. Okay, so you have to you can specify the access specifier at the beginning. And the second word, okay, it is a word class, that's a keyword which is followed by the meaningful class name. Okay, after access specifier, you will have a keyword called class, which indicates you are going to create a class, and then it should followed by a meaningful class name. What is the meaning of what is the purpose of that program? For example, if you are going to create a program to find a prime number, then you can give the class name as prime number. Okay, so according to the program, you can name that class. The class name starts with an uppercase letter, so it comes under the naming convention that you should start with a capital letter if you are writing a class name. Okay, the class name must not be a Java reserved word. That is, you have some words which is called as reserved words in Java, which should not be used as the class name. So that you have to keep it in mind. Next is declaration of main function. The main function encloses the programming statements within the opening and closing curly braces. So if you are going to write any statements in the program, you are going to write all the programming statements under the opening and closing curly braces of main function. That means it should be written under the main function. The main function is further enclosed within open and close curly braces, that is under class heading. So you will have a class heading, then you will have open curly braces, then you will have main function. Okay, and then finally you will have close curly braces of the class. Okay, so that overall program is under the heading class, and then you will have all these programming statements under main function. So we will be discussing that while seeing the example program. Next is termination. The termination of each statement must be indicated with a semicolon. Okay, so once you enter a line, you should end it with a semicolon. You call it a statement terminator. So semicolon is called as a statement terminator. Every line in the Java program should end with a semicolon. The closing of curly braces indicates the closing of a block of statements, function and a class. So if you open something, you write a block of statements, you close the curly braces, that means it is the end of the block of statement. Or if you open a function, you will open with the curly braces and you will close it after some lines. You call it as close of function. If you start with the class, open curly braces and you type all the functions, statements, blocks, everything, then finally you close with the curly braces, you mean that you are closing the class. Okay, so that is the termination. Now we are going to go to the actual sample program. Now the first line, you can see the first line, you see the double slash in front, and you can see the line is disabled. Okay, it is not active, it is disabled. You call it a single line command. So that means you can also add more lines to that. Okay, we'll discuss about comment statements in different video. Next line is the access specifier, keyword and name of the class. That is the header. Okay, class header. So first word public is the access specifier, and the second word class is the keyword, and then the sample is the name of the class. So this is the name given to this class, and then you have an open curly braces. Inside that you can see public static void main string argues. So this is the declaration of main function. So here I am just explaining what is these words. First one is public. It is an access specifier which indicates this main function is accessible, okay, by any other method. Okay, it is accessible from outside also. Okay, next one you got a keyword called static. So what is the static means? This main function can be called directly. Okay, can be accessed directly. They can be called directly. Normally Java is an object oriented programming. Okay, so if it is an object oriented programming, everything will be based on objects. If you want to call a function, you should use an object to call the function, but the object itself is created inside the main function. Okay, so you need one function should be a static function where you no need to use the object to call, you can directly call that function. Okay, so that is a function. Okay, main function is used, purpose of main function is used to call that directly, and then execute the remaining functions from the main function. So when you create an object, okay, in the main function, you can use that object to call the other function. Okay, next you got a keyword called void. That means it doesn't return anything. The function does not return any value. You call it as main. That is, you call it as void. Okay, so void means null, right? Next is a keyword main, and within parentheses you got string argues. It is nothing but string argument where you can get the input as command line. Okay, so this part will be explained in later in some other video. We'll go inside. You got a open curly braces again. Then inside that you got a statement int a equal to 10, b equal to 15 and c equal to 0. So here it is called as declaration of data or declaration of variables. Here you have already declared as well as you defined it. So a equal to 10, that means you are assigned the value, okay, with the value variable a with the value 10. Same way the variable b is defined with the value 15. Now c is the variable which stores the result. So you should use a default value to start with, right? So you are using 0 as a default value for integer. So c equal to 0 has been declared. Now you got a processing statement where you are adding a plus b. Then the result will be stored in C. Okay, all these will be discussed later. And then you got an output statement, system.println, sum of two numbers is C. That means you are going to display it on the screen. Okay, so the output statement, so system.println is the output statement which displays whatever result, okay, whatever you calculated on the screen. So another important point to be noted is you got the curly braces, okay, open and close curly braces of number 1, that is the class, opening and closing the main function, that is number 2. Now you can notice one thing, the first open curly braces is closed last, and the second one which is for the main function which is open last is closed first. So this should be the format. Okay, so you have to follow the same format for all the programs. So whatever programs you are going to write it in future, you have to just follow this. Okay, these are all some basics of the program, okay, the structure of the Java program. Hope you understood this video. We will meet you in the next video. Till then, thank you.